Sometimes on this journey, I get lost in my mistakes. What looks to me like weakness is a canvas for your strength. And my story isn't over, my story's just begun. And failure won't define me, 'cause that's what my Father does. Yeah, failure won't define me, 'cause that's what my Father does. Lay your burdens down. Ooh, here in the Father's house. Check your shame at the door, 'cause it ain't welcome anymore. Ooh, you're in the Father's house. Arrival's not the end game, the journey's where you are. You never wanted perfect, you just wanted my heart. And the story isn't over if the story isn't good. And failure's never final when the Father's in the room. And failure's never final when the Father's in the room. Lay your burdens down. Ooh, here in the Father's house. Check your shame at the door, 'cause it ain't welcome anymore. Ooh, you're in the Father's house. Yeah. Prodigals come home, the helpless find hope. Love is on the move when the Father's in the room. Prison doors fling wide, the dead come to life. Love is on the move when the Father's in the room. Miracles take place, the cynical find faith, and love is breaking through when the Father's in the room. Jericho walls are quaking, strongholds now are shaking. Love is breaking through when the Father's in the room. I say, love is breaking through when the Father's in the room. Ooh, lay your burdens down. Ooh, here in the Father's house. Check the shame at the door, 'cause it ain't welcome anymore. Ooh, you're in the Father's house. Yeah. Lay your burdens down. Ooh, here in the Father's house. Ooh, you're in.
Welcome to Church Online, everybody. We're so excited to be able to join with you in your home, wherever you're meeting from this morning. We pray that God's favor and His blessing is upon you. We're gonna take this time to sing together. You know, it's difficult not being able to come together in the house of God as one body, but we have the benefit of technology, so we get to sing together, worship together, receive a word. So come on, why don't we sing together? Come on, sing with me.
This is the day you made, so I'll rejoice and be glad, rejoice and be glad in it. This is where I believe that you are more than enough for me. You are faithful to your promise. You are strong when I am weak. When I'm standing in your presence, I have everything I need. The joy of the Lord, the joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord, the joy of the Lord is my strength. Oh, my soul, bless his name. All that is within me say, the joy of the Lord, the joy of the Lord is my strength. Oh, come on, you sing. Jesus, come one day. You are worthy of all my praise. You are faithful to your promise. You are strong and I am. And I'm standing in your presence. I have everything I need. The joy of the Lord, the joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord, the joy of the Lord is my strength. Oh, my soul, bless his name. All that is within me say, the joy of the Lord, the joy of the Lord is my strength. Oh, I got the joy of the Lord. Let it rise. Let it rise up like a river, overflowing. Holy Spirit, let it pour out with no limit. Overflowing. Holy Spirit, come on, you sing. Let it rise up like a river, overflowing. Holy Spirit, let it pour out with no limits. Overflowing. Holy Spirit. Come on, we got the joy of the Lord. We love you, Lord. We love you, Lord. Sing. The joy of the Lord, the joy of the Lord is my strength. It's more than a feeling. The joy of the Lord, the joy of the Lord is my strength. Oh, my soul, bless his name. All that is within me say, oh, my soul, bless his name. All that is within me say, oh, my soul, bless his name. All that is within me say, the joy of the Lord, the joy of the Lord is my strength. Come on, sing one more time. The joy of the Lord, the joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord, joy of the Lord is my strength. Oh, my soul, bless his name. All that is within, oh, my soul, bless his name. All that is within, sing, oh, my soul. Oh, my soul, bless his name. All that is within me say,
until I lay my head. I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire, and in darkest night, you are close like no other. I've known you as a father, I've known you as a friend, and I have lived in the goodness of God. We sing all my life, 'cause all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Yeah, 'cause your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God.
So good, so good, so good, so good. Oh God, you're so good. God, you're so good. Oh God, you're so good. You're so good. Me. Come on, sing again now. Oh God, you're so good. You are, oh God, you're time, sing God is good. You are God. You're so good. Oh God, you're so good. You are Lord. God, you're so good. You're so good to me.
Hey, good morning, Chapel family. So great to see you all today. I hope you are having a warm and restful Sunday morning. And hey, if it is your very first time joining us today, we want to say welcome. Thank you for taking some time out of your Sunday to be here with us. And you know, we get it. When it's your first time somewhere, you may have questions. You may want to know some more information, or maybe you're even considering joining one of our chapel teams. We would love for you to fill out one of our online connection cards so that we can get in touch with you and answer any questions you may have. Thank you for joining us this morning. You know, I was reminded this morning of Isaiah 41:10. It says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." You know, no matter where you're at today physically, maybe you're watching from home, maybe you're watching from work. Hey, maybe you're braving the storm, maybe you're watching on your way to the grocery store. And also, no matter where you are in life, just in general, maybe you feel like you're on a mountaintop season, or maybe you feel like you're in a valley season. No matter where we are or what we're doing, we can always trust what God's word says. And he reminds us today to not fear because he is with us. He strengthens us every single day, and he upholds us with his very own righteous right hand. Do you believe that today? Well, man, so excited again that y'all are here. Excited to jump into the rest of our service today. But hey, before we do that, why don't you grab a blanket, grab a cup of coffee, maybe get a cup of tea if that's your thing. And we're excited to continue with our service today.
Hey Chapel family, welcome. We are so glad you're here with us today. Whether this is your very first time or Chapel has been home for a while, we just want you to know how honored we are to worship together. If you're looking to get connected, we'd love for you to take a moment to fill out our connection card. It's the best way for us to get to know you, answer any questions you have, and help you take a next step here at the Chapel. You can find it in your welcome guide, you can tap the discs around you, or you can stop by the information area after service. We'd love to meet you.
One of the biggest ways to get connected right now is through groups, and I'm excited to say that our group directory is live. There are so many incredible options to choose from, groups for every season in your life, every schedule, and every interest. No matter where you are, there is a group for you, and we truly believe life is better when you grow together. You can check out all the group options and sign up today.
We also want to remind you about First Wednesday, happening at both our Richmond and Midlothian campuses. These are nights of powerful times of worship, prayer, and seeking God together. You don't want to miss it.
And finally, we're thrilled to share that our marriage conference is coming up February 27th to the 28th, happening at both our Richmond and Midlothian locations, with guest speakers Jimmy and Irene Rollins. This is going to be an incredible time to invest in your marriage, strengthen your relationship, and grow together. Whether you are engaged or have been married for decades, we would love to have you join us. And if you weren't a part of last year's marriage conference, check this out.
God created this.
What you're trying to figure out is how do we reconcile these differences?
When we say, I love you, we are saying that we define love with the one who originated it.
2 Corinthians 12:9, my grace is enough for you.
I have come to find out that there's no such thing as perfection, but there is a such thing as freedom. Freedom is not being perfect. Freedom is having nothing to hide.
I want to multiply fruitfulness in my marriage. Goal in marriage is not to think alike.
It's to think together.
Chapel, there is so much happening, and we're so grateful to be on this journey with you. Let's lean in, get connected, and see all that God wants to do this season.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Church from Home. We're so glad you could join us wherever you are. Make sure you let us know where you're watching from in the comments. We've got the whole gang here together today. I mean, it is cold and icy, snowy, still isn't melting. It's crazy out there. So we're so glad that you could join us and spend your Sunday morning with us. It's a super special time to be together. And to kick things off, I thought I would ask you guys, and we didn't talk about this beforehand, but I wanted to know, in a snowstorm, when, you know, all the people on the TV, the weather, everyone is saying, like, you know, stay home, don't do whatever, and you're getting everything from the grocery store, what are the things you're going to the store to get? Like, and milk, bread, and eggs are out. So we know everyone's gotten all that. Imagine the stores are already out of it. What are you guys going to the store to get? To hunker down for whatever storm's coming your way.
Well, I'm going with a soup. Like, my kids love hamburger soup. So hamburger soup is like my main thing whenever there's something going on, snow day or whatever. And so I get all the ingredients for that. So that's like the most wholesome meal they'll have the whole time.
Hamburger soup.
Hamburger soup.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. But then after that, it's a lot of ramen and a lot of frozen pizzas and a lot of junk. But I feel better that at least I made one big pot of soup and they can make at least one good decision while we're snowed in.
Excellent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ours was frozen pizzas, so we picked up a bunch of them.
Wow.
Too many of them.
What is a bunch?
Like 5.
Literally. Do you have a brand of pizza that you like the most?
It's like this flatbread one, like multiple cheeses. I can't think of the name, but it is very good. And also meat, ground beef. You can make anything with ground beef. So I love the hamburger soup.
That's true.
That's
Do a
not
lot with
really
ground beef.
And I never go to the grocery store, even with it, almost ever. So I would have to figure out how to drive there.
Well,
And the second thing is, we grew up in a really snowy part of the country, so I'm going to be out every day, no matter what. Anyway, so it never occurs to me to get anything, because I don't know.
That's so true. He has like this internal clock. No matter where we go, his eyes open, he must get out.
Yep.
It just doesn't matter what's happening outside. It happens.
Something special about driving in the snow.
Yeah.
We went to Publix in the middle of all the ice and snow, and there was nobody in there. And they were just so excited to see us. They're like, hello, we got soup over here. You know, you could tell people were excited.
Essential workers.
Just to see them.
I went to Kroger at like 10 p.m. last weekend, and they were like, everyone that was just working there was just standing and congregating at checkout, and I knew they were mumbling about me, being like, this is why we're still here, because this guy is coming in here to get cookie dough and cereal. So that's
CJ, what's yours?
cookie dough and cereal.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, wow.
There it is. If there could be like a log of Nestle Toll House cookie dough, it's a good day. So
Is it baked or is it eaten raw?
it's baked.
It's baked.
Yeah.
That's right. You make cookies like every night.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Can't deny it. I like those, and it's a good thing if you can get like guacamole. Emma will make like the best. Emma makes like the best guac that I've ever had. So if there's like good ripe avocados, I'll swing by and grab them so we can just snack on some guac.
Well, and this is the first public time we've had a chance to say congratulations.
Yes, wow. Thanks.
Baby number two.
Baby number 2 is here. Hattie Louise. Yeah, Julian is born. She's doing great. Whole family's doing well. So thanks everyone for all the meals and prayers and cards. It's been really cool getting to adjust to being a family of 2 or family of 4 with 2 kids. So it's been really fun.
Yeah. You long for the days when you're a family of 2.
Just came out naturally.
It's been really fun, especially like it's kind of weird, but with all this snow and like just being at home, it's given so much extra family time. And Celia's daycare has been closed, so we've just been soaking that up. That's awesome. It's been a really intentional time.
We did want to mention as we're getting going that we're of course sad to not be in person, but love that we can be together online. But also let you know that just 3 days from now, first Wednesday. So
That's right.
The plan is to be together in person, and we are so excited for that. So make sure you get ready and come and be a part of that first Wednesday online and in person. And then next weekend, we sort of pushed everything to next week.
That's right. That's right.
Big Sunday.
And it's the Super Bowl weekend.
Oh,
Let's
that's right.
put everything on.
That's right.
It's
Everything
just
happening.
Super Bowl at church and Super Bowl.
That's
Super Bowl.
amazing.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
baptisms, groups are launching, all that kind of
Group
stuff.
leader training still happening.
Growth track.
Growth track. Are we doing baptism?
Baptisms are happening.
We're back and in person, and it looks like the weather won't keep us away, so we can't wait to be.
Yeah, we're so pumped.
It's going to be really good. And we're starting a brand new series all built different, and we're learning about godly focused relationships and learning how God orchestrated the correct way for relationships, love, to be centered around him. So I thought we could have a little bit of a discussion about that as we kick that series off. Is there anything you want to tell us, like behind your heart for this series?
A lot of years we have taken February to look at relationships. So all year, especially in January, we're focused on our relationship with God, prayer. We do a season of prayer, heart, what does God want to say? And then sort of February is a Valentine's season. And so it's a chance for us to pause and say, what's God's plan for community? What's God's plan for marriage? What's God's plan for the family? Like if he designed it, then we don't want to just build it the way the culture's building it, but we want to build it being different's okay. That's right. God's plan is his divine design and origin and all that. And in fact, we end the whole month. I'm so pumped about this. Marriage month. Come on.
That's right.
Katie, who's coming from marriage?
Irene and Jimmy Rollins are going to be joining us, so we're so excited to have them. If you ever see anything they've ever done, they have so much fun up there, and they have such a heart, and they have such a real story. They've faced some really real challenges, so really excited to have them join us, and they're going to be staying with us that whole weekend, sharing with us that Sunday as well.
That's great. So I think it's the last weekend of February 27, 28, and then they'll stay and preach on Sunday as well, March 1st. But make sure you register. I know the spots are filling up, and we're excited. We're doing it in Richmond for the first time.
That's right. We are so good.
In person, so in Midlothian and in Richmond. But sometimes those spots will sell out, and so you want to register if you're a couple for that. It's going to be amazing.
So I have a couple of questions that I've put together to kind of poll you guys and hear what you think about when it comes to relationships and community, even groups. We're in this new group season, and we've got marriage conference coming up. So I thought we would kind of walk through these, and I know that our church would love to hear the wisdom that you guys have when it comes to some of these topics. So I'm just going to kick it off.
Let's do it.
All right, my first question for you is, in a world that prioritizes self, how does God's plan for relationships, which often emphasizes and requires sacrifice, actually lead to more fulfillment in your relationships?
Well, I was already thinking about, as we're coming up on this new marriage conference this year, I was thinking about last year's. And one of the things that Patrick and Teresa brought to our mind was the difference between a marriage that is a contract and a marriage that's a covenant. And that idea, I think what you're mentioning is like our culture is so big on self-help and me, and how do I feel and what do I need to get out of my relationships. And so that's very much a contract-centered relationship where it's like there's contingencies for like when I don't get my needs met, I have this like back door where I can back out. Where a God-centered relationship with a covenant is saying, not like if something happens, but even when something happens, I'm not going anywhere. And so the self-actualization movement is very much like I get to get out when it gets uncomfortable, where the covenant says, no matter what, we've made a covenant with each other and to God to stick through this no matter what happens.
Yeah. Even when you say that, when I think about covenant, I think about contract, right? You think about transactional versus relational. And like a covenant is relational. It's so important for us to know that like this is built on relationships. It's not just a contract. It's not just a commitment that's transactional. And God is relational. I'm so thankful that he is, that he treats us in that way and he loves us even in the moments that we're hard to love.
Yeah. Yep.
I heard Pastor Michael Miller say that somebody told him marriage was to kill him. And when I first heard it, I was like, strong phrase. Strong phrase. But what he was saying is, when you get married, you put your life connected to another person. And now instead of just your preferences and your needs and your whatever's important to you, God uses it. I think we think about happiness, but God uses it to develop holiness in us and selflessness in us. You just had 2 little kids, right? They don't ask you, how's your day going, What do you need, Dad?
Are you rested? Are you well rested?
They don't.
I mean, there's nothing like sometimes as wonderful as it is, but family and marriage that strips selfishness out of us and life being about us out of us. And that, when that, even though that feels hard, it's God's purpose.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that's good.
I was even reading in my Bible, I just finished Genesis the other day, and it was talking about Joseph at the very end, and it even, there was like some verse that was like, and God remembered the covenant he made with Abraham. And so I think it's important for us married people to remember like the covenant that you made, like to put yourself back into your wedding day and remember like this is a hard day or this is a hard season, but I made a covenant, like I committed to you before God, like this isn't like a dine and dash kind of thing. This is I'm in all the way, like remembering the covenant. If God even remembers it, how much more so like
it's so right
to remember that.
That's so right, KJ. And you think about that in the context too of marriage is a reflection of God's covenant to us. Like he keeps his promises, he stays in covenant with us even when it gets hard. And it does get hard. You have those seasons, those moments, those fights, whatever it may be, but it's a reflection of God keeping his covenant with us. We do have fights. We do
Definitely your fault.
Tell us.
That's why we're here.
I know. I feel like I'm being cornered in.
Well, that actually leads perfectly into the next question I have is how can conflict actually strengthen a marriage rather than destroy it? So why don't you take it away?
I'll tell you this. We both come from, she come from a Puerto Rican family. I come from an Italian family. At our gatherings, it's going to be loud. It's going to be fun. It's going to be confrontational. But believe it or not, like when we first got married, for the first 3 to 5 years, we didn't fight. And we always thought that was healthy. Like we thought that was a good thing.
Yeah.
But realizing under the surface, like we were both kind of holding on to some things, not really dealing with some things. And so we really learned from someone that like, no, you can fight fair. And fighting is actually a good thing. And that like just changed our relationship in a big way, being honest and knowing how to have conversations that are hard and have confrontation. And I learned probably, a few years into our marriage that like, wow, I thought one thing was really healthy, but really it's not. Like having confrontation, conflict, and dealing with it the right way is a very powerful thing, and it's bonding, big time.
And one example to your kids, when they see you work through things, that confronting things or having disagreements doesn't mean a break or mean a walking away. That the confrontation is a difference of opinion, yes, but it's also how do we reconcile and come back together and move forward together in unity. And so we don't want to avoid it, like you're saying. Like I think not having it at all means somebody's stuffing something somewhere.
Yep.
So being able to have it, but then be able to walk out of that together more unified afterwards and understanding each other more afterwards is where the redemption part.
And I think too, even with kids, when you think about kids, just real quick on that, like we will have those discussions, if you will, or arguments in front of the kids in a way that lets them know like, hey, this is okay. It is okay to disagree. Like mom and dad are not yelling. We're not fighting in a way that's like, just scaring them. But it's like, no, we're going to have differences. And it's good for them to see that at a young age, that it's okay to do that.
Yeah.
How do those disagreements and differences actually make us more like Christ? Like being able to navigate through those times, how does that make us more like him?
When I think of Ephesians 5, I think of Paul saying, husbands, love your wives. And then he tells us how. In the same way Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. And that's like, I don't get that all the way right. But like the idea is, how did Christ love us? By sacrificing his comfort for our salvation, right?
Yeah.
He leaves heaven. He suffers, he's betrayed, he's crucified, so that now we can be forgiven. And I think that's what marriage is. It's now I'm learning to sometimes sacrifice what I want to prefer the needs of somebody else above myself. I'm learning that it's not about me. I'm learning that even if I'm right, somebody even said, you can be right or you can be righteous. For me, I kind of like being right, and
it's fun. It's good to be right.
I'm so good at it, and But I've also realized I can sometimes, even if I'm technically right on something, if the way I'm communicating with Katie is unkind or too whatever has a swag to it that shouldn't be there, then I could technically be right, but I'm not righteous in that moment. And I pushed her away from me when I thought I just nailed it and got it right, and all of a sudden she's pulled away from me, and I'm like, man, I got it right, and I lost.
And I feel worse.
I lost the connection. Yeah.
Yep. I've heard you say before too, you can say the right thing even at the right time, but in the wrong way.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make it right.
Yeah, and I think it applies to our parenting too. Communicating with our kids, and when we've wronged them or approached a situation that in a way that was hurtful, communicating with them care and love and obviously relationships and friendships and all across the board. This idea of being able to just be put other people's preferences above our own and to strive for unity above all.
First Peter says, interact with your wife in a considerate manner. So sometimes it's exactly what you're saying. It's not that there isn't conflict. I just have to evaluate how am I how am I communicating? The spirit behind how I'm communicating, the gruffness of how I'm communicating, the timing of how I'm communicating, the whatever. And it's definitely
we are
process.
teenage girls. We learned that's delivery, right? Sometimes delivery.
And we're going to talk about that. We could be here.
Tone and delivery.
I have another question. It's sort of in the same vein, but it's a little different. How do we hold on to God's vision for relationships when we've been deeply hurt by people in the past? So this might be for someone who's like maybe experienced hurt or brokenness in a relationship, maybe in a marriage or a dating relationship. How do we hold on to God's vision for like, this can still be a good thing. This can still be a righteous thing, a holy thing, a well-meaning thing. But I have some things in the past that like that still sting or that I'm not proud of or that happened to me. How do we hold on to that and keep that perspective?
I just met with a girl the other day who was having a really hard time moving on after a fiance like very abruptly called off the marriage or the wedding, and she said, I'm really having a hard time like moving on from that and trusting. And I think in my younger years I probably would have felt the need to kind of figure out how to explain God and how to like make it feel better, I guess. And I think some of what happens in these hurtful situations is we have to see God's hand at work even in those tough moments. And I even said, that the parts of you that felt like were breaking you, God was even part of that as he was making you. And so those broken moments can be seen as like the end of the road, or they can be seen as God's gracious protection over like, this guy obviously wasn't the right one for you. So as painful as some of those situations are, sometimes we can see God's hand at work even in those painful situations. Yes, he redeems and he heals, but even the pain is part of his plan as he's lining up the right person to be in our lives, or lining up the right next, what's next for us.
Yeah.
So he's part of every part of that.
Yeah. I feel like this is such a good question because hurt happens.
Yeah.
And hurt is a big
hard to
part
avoid
of life, of our culture, even right now. And you can't avoid it. Doesn't matter what church you walk into or where you go. And I do think it's important for us. And this is a little plug for Freedom too. I'm a big Freedom fan. We're talking groups.
Yeah, hit it.
I'll tell you, the first time I went through Freedom, I mean, I didn't realize that there were some things that I did not deal with from the past, hurt relationships that I just let scar over, not deal with them. And really through the power of just the Freedom curriculum and being in Freedom, God really helped me unpack and work through some of those things. And you even see it in Jesus' life. Think about like even Peter. He has this moment where he's denying Jesus. Think about that hurt. Jesus walked with these disciples, and then when he's in the heat of the worst moment in Jesus' life, he gets denied by Peter. And then he has this beautiful experience, on the shores, right, where he's cooking breakfast for Peter, and he takes him through this process of healing and reconciliation. And I mean, you even see it in Jesus' life. And the truth is it will happen, but you can work through it in a way that makes you stronger for what is ahead in the future relationships that you have. Big time. I believe that.
I think it's in Hebrews, but it's like we don't have a great high priest who's unable to sympathize with us in our weaknesses, but one who's been, I know he says tempted in every way, but like he's faced everything that we face. And so I think too, when you are in relationship, like even that, you're like, oh yeah, he knows what it's like to be betrayed or abandoned or like deserted by people or treated wrongly, and like even to the very end. And like, so then you even know, even in those moments, you're not alone. Like he's even been there, which is helpful.
Man. I mean, you think about Peter, Judas. Think of Jesus. The night he's going to die, he is washing their feet, and he pre-decides to forgive Judas.
That's so true.
Like if you're washing the feet and you get to Judas, you're like, skip him. Yeah. But he doesn't. And I had a pastor years ago, I was in Bible college, say, choose ahead of time to forgive people. So maybe you're even hurt today, or maybe you're like, I haven't been hurt. I think we can actually choose. You said hurt happens. It's part of life. I'm going to pre-decide, even when I'm wounded, that I can my choice is to get bitter, pull back from life, not engage with people, or do the hard work of forgiving. That doesn't mean I dismiss what they do. It means that I'm refusing to let it settle my future.
Yep.
And I just love that Jesus pre-decided to forgive Judas even before he wounded him, because we'll all be hurt in relationships. You can't be in a family, on a sports team.
Doesn't matter.
People are like, well, I ever get my feelings hurt at the chapel. Like, it's just life. This is hurt, and how we choose to handle that, whether we nurse it. I will say one other thing. I do think when Jesus turns to the man and says, do you want to get well? Sometimes we get so attached to our hurt
Come on, that's
And
right.
We don't even want to let it go. And it's like, it's my identity. If I let it go, I don't have an excuse anymore.
Yeah.
And so I do wonder, maybe if you're dealing with the hurt for long periods of time, like just ask yourself the hard question: do I wanna? Does this become part of my identity?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get bitter or get better.
Yeah.
Can I shift from relationships to community? I have a question about like growing in community because we just are launching our group season, freedom groups. We have so many groups launching for the first time, like record number of just small groups and people starting groups or jumping into them for the first time, which is so encouraging. Why does the Bible treat the local church as a requirement for spiritual growth rather than just a helpful suggestion? Because some people might view church as like, I don't need that, or like I don't need to get plugged in at a church to find friends or to do this. But it's like the local church is the hope of the world, and not even just like in like the grand scheme of like salvation and things, but also in like helping heal people and bring people together. Why is that?
Well, even if you're watching today and you're like, I don't need community, somebody else needs you.
Yeah, that's true.
And we talk about seeing it through the lens of ourselves. Sometimes I'm like, I don't need that in my life, but maybe your wisdom and your spiritual maturity is needed by others.
So true.
I think there's so many times in the New Testament it uses the phrase one another, love one another, serve one another, forgive one another, encourage one another, spur one another on. Like you can't have a one another without an another.
That's right.
And that's the plan God has. The body of Christ visible on this earth is us.
Yeah, so good. I think in that same vein, there's so much stuff that God actually wants to say to us, but he'll do it through other people. Oftentimes you even see that in the Bible. So like if you're not in community, not in proximity of other people, there's some things God may be wanting to say to you that you're going to miss because he wants to say it through somebody else.
Yeah, I was 16 years old when someone said to me, "You're going to be a youth pastor," and so it's like if that person hadn't spoken
you thought
up,
that before?
No.
Wow.
I mean, I had considered, but I was never like, I was just like could I do that? Or I love being here. This is fun, but I was never like, I'll be that guy. And so when someone else first said, "You're going to do this," there's a giant neon sign over your head that's flashing, and if you can't see it, you're missing it. That exact thought of like, I wouldn't have pursued that as much unless someone had really said, go this way. And I really feel like the Lord used her to like get that ball rolling down the hill, and I could have missed it had I not been in that, space.
Yeah, sometimes we have times that we get weary and our faith is weak, and we need someone else to lift up our arms and have the faith that we don't have. And I think we can get into those systems in our schedule of like work and gym and school, and you kind of get in your own world, and your family faces a crisis or you face a situation and you're like, we don't have anybody to walk, with us through this. And what community does at the local church is that you look at somebody else and you realize I'm not alone. Like somebody else is going through this, and you have eyes on your life so that when you walk through something, you have people to gather around you and to hold your arms up when your arms get tired and when your faith feels weak.
I think about that. For example, this might be a really strange example of this, but like even like just having had a baby again, like a meal train kind of thing, people signing up to do that. I think about people who aren't involved in church or don't have that kind of strong community. Who cares for people? Like, how do you, if this isn't like your thing, if church isn't part of your life, then like what is, like where, I mean, I know some people like belong to a gym or like, do this club or this thing, that fine. But then like, I just feel I've never ever lived, I don't feel like, without a strong sense of people have my back, people are in the corner, when I'm knocked out or whatever, there's someone pushing me back into the ring. And I just, it's when the moments where I feel that the most that I realize there are people that don't have that. When there's a death in the family or a need or a crisis going on and they don't have community, I just don't know how you navigate life without that.
And I see that so big at the chapel, and I love that. People are always rallying around people who have certain needs or certain things happening. I mean, that's a picture of the early church in the book of Acts. Like when they came together, they met. If there was any needs among them, they met those needs. So big shout out to all of our group leaders. We have so many group leaders that are jumping in for the very first time, leading groups. And I mean, group leaders, you're facilitating that big time. Anytime there's needs, people's needs are being met.
I've seen over and over with leaders too that, and I joke in small group leader training that nobody ever has like this big, huge surplus of time. Like, I'm not really doing anything else. I have tons of time. I'll do a group. A lot of times God's pushing on someone's heart who feels like they're stretched thin or like I don't have the space for this. And yet they want to just be obedient to God. And so he will equip you, when you're leading, to meet the needs of other people. And what happens in those situations is they find that community is so vital to them, to themselves. Like they think, I'm giving out to this group, and how can I give? And then what ends up happening is when they are obedient to God and they step out, they actually find that the community of their group ended up being vital, like a lifeline to them in their busy season. So yes, they were busy and that they didn't have a lot of room for this, but it became like one of the most important things in their schedule once they started forming that community around them.
In Romans 1, Paul's about to send the most rich New Testament letter there is, like the Romans. And he's in the middle of it. He's like, I hope to be able to come and visit you to impart a spiritual gift to you. So he's literally like, even though I'm sending you the most great theological document ever written, there's something that only personal connection with you can bring. I think we learned that during COVID. Everyone was like, everything online is great. And like, it's great to be online today. But there is nothing like being in real relationship where you know someone's name, they know your name. There's something about that life on life interaction to me. I was just reading that Peloton, it exploded during COVID, and then their sales plummeted. Well, it started to excel right now, and the only reason it's excelling is because they're creating workout groups. Meaning, it's not the exercise equipment, it's the community experience.
Yeah.
And to me, that is, I think people maybe visit the chapel for our music or something about our way we communicate, but they stay because it's family.
Yep.
They stay because it's where your friends are. It's stay because, it's like, to me, that's the magic of the chapel is real people, chapelgroups.com, is a place, it's the place where you know people and where you're known and needed and a part.
There's such a hunger for it right now in society. Like people are longing for relationship because right now they can hide behind screens and social media and all these places to find it, but it's not the real thing. And one of the things I know we've said as a church that I think is so cool is we've said we want more people in groups than we actually have attending church on Sunday mornings. And that's because when you have a group at your house, neighbors, I know we've had groups at our house and neighbors are like, why do you have all these cars lined up? And like every week, there's so many cars lined up, and it gives us an opportunity to say, listen, we're doing life with people within our community. And we've had neighbors that have come and been a part of things like that. So I think there's a big hunger for it right now.
Hot tub friends.
Tell us.
I stand by that. That's just so true. Hot tub friends is the thought of, you don't just get into a hot tub with strangers. You're not just like, I don't just get into the pool at the hot tub at the Holiday Inn with anyone, with Earl, with big hairy-chested Earl who just plops in and, you hear about his life and retirement. You get into a hot tub or on someone's back porch with your best friends, and you stay in there forever, too long. They say, like, you're supposed to get out after a certain amount of time, but when you're in there with close people, you stay in there, and you just talk and shoot the breeze and catch up on life, and at least I do. And you're in there with people that you want to do life with and who you want to know deeply and who you want them to know. You want to be known deeply as well. So that's what groups do.
I love one of the visions that we have of groups is that some of them are Bible studies, some of them are free market, but we're willing to say whatever you're passionate about, you can form community around it. So it's everything from like a New Testament book study to like working out or shooting a bow and arrow. It's like people just finding what they're already passionate about and then connecting in community. So if you haven't sort of glanced through the menu sort of online, chapelgroups.com, you could see men's, women's, interest-based, early morning, at night, demographic shifts. I love the idea that there's something that meets us where we're at.
Yep, I love that. There's a board game group that meets at Chapel Cafe every week.
Is it right?
And
Games
it's
and
amazing.
Giggles.
Yeah. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Big
And
shout
they
out
do.
to
They
that.
play games and they
He's the leader of it. Hear that? Give it
on some room.
I heard that.
Games and Giggles. What's one other interesting one we have?
We have a hiking one. We have a gardening one, and they have a gathering coming up where they're going to like exchange like flowers, seeds. I'm so not a gardener. I don't even like. They're going to exchange.
Maybe you should go.
Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I should.
I have a question about groups. Many people are hesitant to join a group because of the time or social anxiety. So what would you say to the person who feels like they don't have the bandwidth for community right now, or maybe it didn't click in the past and they're hesitant to try again?
I always tell people to try 2 or 3. A group is like a glove, like the one fits you.
That's right.
And so I'm always like, it's about the people. You'll find every group has its own vibe, and there's going to be one that's that fits you.
Yep. There's also a few groups too that are not every single week. And so giving people an opportunity to try out a group that maybe might just meet once a month, or a group that's not meeting every week but has like an every other week rhythm. I think just being able to, like you said, just try a group out is very life-changing for anybody.
It's kind of a lame example, but when you learn how to ride a bike, you're probably really scared to ride it. And even though your mom or your dad's behind you being like, you got this, you can do it, you forget what that feeling's like as an adult. But in a group, I would feel like it's the same way. Like, give it a shot, go for it.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're like rolling down the hill and you're looking back and you're like, I can do this. This isn't as bad as I thought. And then you ended up loving it and you don't think about it anymore.
Yeah. They're flashing a signal of time. So give us one more, KJ. It's a lot of pressure. But before we
Make it a
close
good one.
today,
Can it be about marriage conference?
Whatever you think.
All right, I got one for marriage conference. How can attending a weekend like marriage conference impact not just the couple, but their children and the generations that follow?
It's good. I always think about the people coming who, people are coming from all different stages of relationship or where they are in their relationship. But I often think of the couples that come that feel like there isn't any hope. And it makes me think of the verse where it said, Abraham continued to hope. And even in the physical world, there wasn't any reason for him to. So you may be coming into that marriage conference just feeling like, let's give this a try, but there's nothing that we can see with our eyes that gives us any reason that we should have hope. But in a weekend like this, we really pray for God to meet not only each couple, but each individual person attending, that they have an encounter with God so that as they leave, yes, we can't fix everything in the 48 hours that we're together or whatever, but each heart is just infused with the hope and the assurance that God's at work and that his ultimate will is for us to heal and to be together and to grow. And so our prayer always is just for hope to fill hearts and that they would leave knowing that God's in control.
So true. I think, my simple answer is I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I think couples need to have fun.
Absolutely. We have some date night stuff planned.
We can be so goal-oriented, task-oriented, planning for the future. I know I can get caught up in this a lot. But sometimes you just need to have fun and do something fun. And I know it's going to be fun. Last one was so fun. I know there's some great experiences. It's going to be a really good time.
Yeah.
We've also, I think we did last year, and really we did again this year. The couple speaking has a real story.
They do,
yeah. And I think it's important to bring. There's different kinds of marriage teaching, and some put the cookie so high you can't reach the shelf.
Yeah, but I had to raise my voice a little bit. Yeah. Oh, we got problems.
Say, called her, a name, and, which I haven't yet. But Jimmy and Irene have literally been through some stuff, and they pastored, and they've given their life to this.
Yeah.
And so I think you'll make connection with other couples. And to me, one of the joys of marriage conference is when they say something about a marriage and everyone laughs, and you just go, "Oh, we're not the only."
Yeah, that's related to that.
You
right?
too.
Yep.
You're okay. I think the joy of it helps you not catastrophize normalities or
So true.
And so I'm telling you, I could not be more excited about marriage conference and the speakers, and they'll be with us on Sunday. But I'm telling you, we also spend a lot of time on everything in life, growing in education, growing in a job, all kinds of stuff. And to me, what could be a better investment of your time than your marriage?
Yeah, that's so true. Wow. So make sure you go to marriage conference. That's kind of how we're capping this up.
That's right.
That's exactly
You're there.
It's going to be an incredible time, both in Richmond and in Midlow. Yeah. Thanks so much for joining us today. Again, wherever you are, hopefully you're staying safe. You have power. You're warm. And we are so excited for the move of God that's going to be going on in our church, in our students, in our young adults, at all our locations all month long as we dive deeper into how we're built different, how our relationships we can focus on them and live them out in God's design and God's way. So thanks for joining us for that and joining us for Church from Home. We're going to see you in person next Sunday.
That's right.
We'll be there. Warmer temperatures are coming, so we're going to have
no matter what.
That's right. The great squeeze is coming. We'll be in all our locations next Sunday, February 8th. We hope you make plans to join us. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon.
you'll never let go. You'll never stop chasing the ones you love. Now we're singing the song you've been singing to